Hey friends, it's Russ here again, and we're having more daisy lever gun fun. Inside of the daisy lever guns, often we find problems that either need to be addressed right off the bat, or they seem to grow and grow and grow. One of the problems that we run into is in the amount of compression that we get from these little spring action guns. So let's have a little look inside what we might find. First of all, this is a cut piece of one of the daisy lever guns, and inside of here there is a little compression chamber, and I'm going to see if I can get this visible enough for us in here. Let's see. I don't know if you can see it too brightly in here. It looks like there's a continuous sleeve in here. You see that? Side of that ridge? Maybe it's better this way. Let's see. And what that is, that's actually the walls of the compression chamber. The compression is made with an abutment at the end of it. It would be at this end over here. And then the compression piston runs down in and hits that abutment. But on its way into that chamber, it's building up the pressure. The pressure that goes into the little hole inside the air tube flushes its way out here. This air tube happens to sit inside of one of the shot tubes and pushes the BB out through the end of the shot tube. That's how that works. One of the problems we have is whenever the compression cup, and on some of the older models it's actually a leather seal around there, but in this one it has a rubber cup, and you can see it's supposed to be somewhat pliable to be able to flex a little whenever it goes down through that compression cylinder inside. Many times these will get hard because of age, because of exposure to elements that they're not supposed to be in. If that happens, they may end up looking something like this. Here's one I took out of an older gun, and this one happens to be pretty hard. Now, it's easy to take some oil and drip it down through the muzzle and hope that it gets past the entire shot tube and around the edge of that air tube and finds its way onto the rubber. They tell you to use oil that's light enough, but not things like vegetable oil and so forth. Many times the recommendation you'll hear folks talk about is using Pelgon oil or using a 20 or 2050 non-detergent oil, because it was always said that a detergent oil will act adversely on the rubber components. Now, these are neoprene, so I don't think we'll have too much of a problem. But still, for safety's sake, if you're going to try that, go with the non-detergent oil first. Another thing you can do is take these apart and actually soak them in something that is made to rejuvenate a rubber seal, which is what this would actually be. It seals tightly inside of that compression cylinder. There are some products you can buy for that, but I find that it's just as easy to go to the automotive store and get something like this Lucas brand. It says completely here, completely stops most seal leaks. And another product made by Gunk, Solder Seal, is this Trans Seal. It conditions the oil in the transmission, but it also stops leaks because it's not just a conditioner, but a sealer. And how it does that is by rejuvenating the rubber on the edge of the seals in your transmission. It works on, it doesn't know whether it's in a transmission or in a BB gun, to tell you the truth. So you can actually use some of that, but if you can get this apart the way I took this one apart, and it's not that difficult. Whenever we take the piston assembly out, And we've talked about that before on the different types of tools needed. What I like to do is compress the spring, shove the retainer pin out, take this off, and then we just slide the air tube out, take this off, and this is what we end up with, something like this. An easy way to rejuvenate this and let the oil get to it is put it in a small container. Take some of the seal conditioner, drop it in there, and I would say let it sit for a couple of days, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 days, so that it has ample time to work on this hardened and aged rubber. If that helps to solve the problem, then you know you're on the right track. If not, well, you may have to resort to replacing it with a new seal. I've put many new seals in some of these guns, and to tell you the truth, with the condition that many of them that I tear apart, that may be your best bet. But if you don't have a new seal and you want to try to rejuvenate this, I would say do this little trick. It may be able to get you back in business without having to invest in some new seals to put back in there. Well, that's a quick tip for now. I hope to talk to you again soon. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you have any comments or questions you want about this, happy to hear from you, and we can pass them along. Well, this is Russ. Have a great day. We'll talk to you later.